Hi, Darin Mangum here, securities lawyer with the law firm of Mangum and Associates, also known as the PPM attorney. Thank you for watching. We hope hopefully these videos are helpful to you that are watching. Again, whether you're a client or you never become a client, again, the more educated people are when it comes to raising capital, the better, because we don't want you to wind up in jail, right? So. We've been practicing over 23 years, and we've seen a lot. And most of our clients are doing real estate transactions, whether they're doing multifamily or whether they're doing real estate development, fix and flips, lots of different angles to real estate. Sometimes on the video today, what I wanted to talk about is how do you accommodate a 1031 investor into your deal, into your project. Now we can certainly write a PPM like a tenants in common type offering, where again those are strategically tailored to go after the 1031 exchange market, where you're offering all the investors a tenancy in common, a fractional tenancy in common interest in your real estate project, right? Which it's a little cumbersome to maintain, because obviously you've got to record everybody on title. You've got to make sure you've had all your paperwork in order, and also you have to make sure everybody is, for the most part, that are most everybody doing a tenancy in common type offering, or they're all 1031 investors for the most part. They don't have to be, but they for the most part they are. But usually you're raising capital. You've structured an LLC that you're selling. You're selling membership interest in. You're selling a preferred membership interest or something like that. In other words, you're bringing the investors in on some terms, right? And they're coming into an LLC, right, which is not real property, right? And so when you have an investor that comes along and says, "Wow, I just sold a piece of property. I need a 1031. I need a 1031 exchange so I can defer my capital gains. Maybe I can just come into your project." And the first answer to that is no. You can't, because you're structured as an LLC, and you can't go from real property into an LLC and maintain that like kind exchange, right? But the good news is you can certainly accommodate them through a tenancy in common agreement, and they could certainly come in alongside your existing fund. Let's say you have a real estate fund, you've got your investors, this LLC I was talking about, and that's going to be closing on title on the property, right? In the name of the LLC. Well, there's no reason why you can't also you can't also have the LLC ought to be a tenant in common, a fractional tenant in common, alongside another 1031 investor that is going to be coming into the property, right? And so the key to that is making sure you have a tenancy in common purchase agreement, making sure you have a tenancy in common management agreement, and oftentimes you can structure the terms of the management agreement in such a way that it mirrors what the same terms are for the real estate fund, right? And so in other words, the investor coming in, they're going to have the same economic benefit that they would if they were to come into the LLC. But obviously the key difference is you're helping them preserve or maintain their tenancy in common interest in the property, but you're also not relinquishing control of the property either. Okay, so if they just came in as a tenant in common without any kind of management agreement between the tenants in common, and in this case the tenants in common being the real estate fund with those investors and this tenant, the 1031, or more, maybe there may be more than one coming in alongside on title to the property, right? And so anyway, all that can be done. Certainly, fractional tenancies in common, with certain exceptions, are considered securities for the most part, and need to be. And so you need to make sure that you've provided full disclosure through a PPM and blah, 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 all that stuff. So, but certainly we can help you. Let's say you've already hired us to do your real estate fund, and you have a PPM and you're out there raising capital. Again, whether it's Regulation D or regulation crowdfunding, or both, certainly you can do both. But you can still accommodate those 1031 investors, and so. And that, we have clients that they actively go out and pursue tenancy in common investors or 1031. They'll go to title companies, they'll go to 1031 facilitators, and they say, hey, we want you to be familiar and aware of our project in case you have people that are doing a 1031 and they haven't really determined where they're going to go. Oh, you might pitch them over to us, or allow us to talk to them and introduce them to our deal and all that stuff, right? So anyway, that's just some thoughts and concepts to enable you to accommodate that. Anyway, if this content is helpful for you, certainly we would love it if you subscribed, or at least hit the like button, and also shared it with those people that might find it helpful. So anyway, we appreciate you watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Thank you.